Hey, how's it going, everybody? This is Justin Parker here with the Momentum Trading Group and Momentum Trading Academy. I want to do a live uh, video update of and introduce a concept called the master chart to you guys. So, the master chart is a uh, trading technique on the higher time frame where ideally you don't change your bias for long periods of time. And the reason why it's chosen on the daily chart is because trends in the market are primarily found on two time frames. That's the daily and the 1 hour. So in order to really tap into this trading stuff and I idealize where the trend is going to take place and where it's going to end up, you're going to have to plot a higher time frame analysis. So if you notice my master chart on the S&P 500 recently doesn't change. I've been posting the same chart for 3 months now, and today I'm actually uh, witnessing some updates that I actually want to make to the chart. And so I want to share with you guys my process on updating my chart, and then we can analyze and dissect the market from there and see where we're gonna go potentially with this bear market of a collapsing stock market. Um, I told people, watch out, we're getting into a yearly low, like the low of the year on the market. So I don't necessarily like to short at a yearly low, especially when we're in a second test of a yearly low. So let's break this down. I I posted this chart is just going back and back and back, and this was my initial downward trend line. I had a demand zone hit perfectly twice that I had predicted. Um, a previous demand zone that was in question, but it was actually became a zone of momentum. And then up once we got back into this high, I said this was definitely a false rally in here based on COT data. We've had the first negative reading on COT data in a while, and then all of a sudden we got this ridiculous rally. So I personally called it a dead cat bounce because you have buys and short orders climacting in one price area, which then uh, shoots the market to blow out a previous high and then fade back to a new low. So where's this new low gonna end at, and is it actually a new low on the S&P 500? So I want to potentially reanalyze this chart and show you where this new low might be. So let's break this down real quick. So here's ideally what we had predicted since the start of the month. So we were looking for this drop move at my quarterly high. This is the quarterly open. Okay, so the Q open, and we dropped there to the predicted target. So I started to reanalyze this, and I was like, okay, I'm starting to potentially see something different in my trend line setup, and I'm also seeing a potential new lower demand zone than previously analyzed. So before I had like a zone in here because I was questioning whether we were gonna rally off of this area, but obviously the U.S. dollar is on a rampage, and the economy is doing bad. So there's a new lower target. So let's show exactly where this new lower target is. I'm analyzing. So first thing I want to do is get rid of all these drawings. Uh, boom, boom. And then I want to correct this downward trend line because this downward trend line is actually going to be more significant uh, with this slight change. So I'm going to lock in the high, the wick of the high, and then the wick of the failed rally. And I'm going to drop it at this trend line at the low. And so ideally, okay, so this is slightly before the low, but you get the point. And it's pretty funny that this trend line corrected is actually where price is currently at. So this could potentially be extended down as a channel with the new trend line, but I'll touch on that in a second. And then let's correct this one. So this one's going to be set at the high with this failure swing locked in. But then I went, okay, wait. Let's redo this idea. What if I clone the previous downward pitch? Okay, so clone. Bring this clone, which is basically the same downward trend line as previously drawn, all right? At the same pitch. So we are here. Boom. So we're gonna lock that high. It contained the downswing like we saw. Okay, so if we clone this trend line, where does this end? This new one ends here at 3955. And I mentioned earlier I had a new target of 4,000. Right. And I want to start doing these video updates because it's hard to keep up with the chatter. So I'll pin this video, check the video. So I said there's going to be a containment at 4,000. But if you see in my chart, I don't really have 4,000 as a demand zone. So this is the update I'm giving you guys. So where is this new clone downward trend line channel? So I go back in time, and this is actually a seasonal low that meets a seasonal high. This is we call a convection point. So ideally, this was a high, and enough volume came into these dojis to create this new source of highward range, and that came from the protection of this trend line here. So it's trend line here that kept traders in the market for a long time. But this is actually my new demand zone. So I'm gonna see this is a quarterly high that meets quarterly low. These dojis blew out that high, so let me plot this here. I'm gonna teach this technique in a course here soon. Okay, wow. So this quarterly, this doji that is a quarterly high and a quarterly low, ironically, that's kind of wild to see a doji that's a quarterly high and a quarterly low. This doji is actually our new demand zone. So let's my color. So this is actually the real demand question. And so I'm going to add my volume profile. So VP, VR, volume profile, visible range. Going just added the volume profile. Let's check the values. volume profile, values, the value, I over below that. Okay, so this is ideally, okay, cool. So there's a shelf here in the volume profile. So that's good to see there. So you can see here we have this where they've built up enough pressure to blow this high out. Had a 12,000 over 12,000 12 million buy orders over 10 million, and then another 4 million over another 5 million over 2.5 million sells, and then there's a gap in the profile here. So they're potentially going to press into this gap. But is it going to happen overnight, or is it going to happen in the next few days? It might. But there's a linear a channel here. So you're going to have to realize that this line could potentially be extended down here, and then this would be extended here. But this channel can be played very strongly. Something like that before we get a push through the upward trend line. So what I'm saying is here is like if this situation came where price went up, got contained in the trend line, faded back down, got contained, maybe broke, but then contained back down, finally hit that 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 discount, major discount pricing down here. It hits this major discount pricing down here and contains and breaks trend line. I would be much more bullish down here than I am in this area. I don't know about you guys, but the order books are starting to look thicker and thicker to the buy side. So I wanted to do this update to show you guys there's going to be some containment here. It could come all the way back up here before it decides to come back down again. And then where's the next containment? And there's going to be, this containment could be very quick. This could be a flash. So this could be a bad news, and then never again. And that's the bullish case currently for the stock market. And I do not think we're going to go test these other previous quarterly lows. But like I showed you, the extension is down there. So we don't want to rule this thing out. This could happen in a bad situation. Or if this doesn't hold up, this area here doesn't hold up, that's like wow. That's reset. Like that's like get ready to like buy here for sure. This holds this channel all the way down. It's gonna rock it out of there. Same way, if it holds the channel into this zone, it's gonna push pretty quick out of there. Got to realize these U.S. indices have very mean reverting in strength. So what that means is they hold a particular level like that. In one afternoon, they can go up off that level. So that's my update. How long we been on? 15 minutes. Perfect. 15-minute update on the S&P 500. I hope you guys enjoy it. Give me some feedback. Thank you so much. Have a good day. Bye.